Hello everyone, and welcome back to what might just be the final patch report for Ultimate. With the release of Sora, we are finally done with the DLC for Ultimate. It's not too unlikely that they would do another patch after this at some point, if there are any new bugs as a result of the new patch. But at least this will likely be the last balance update, so what we're looking at now might just be the Ultimate we're sticking with. So will this final patch go out with a spectacle? Why don't we find out? This patch did actually bring a fairly substantial amount of changes, with some varying quality. If you have kept up with this series since I started it, you probably already know my stance on Ultimate's patches, so I won't be harping too much on it here. I made an entire video all about it if you want to know my in-depth thoughts on the matter. My feelings at the time have not really changed that much, and the patches released since then have fallen pretty much into the same line as I expected. So to avoid sounding like a broken record, I'll just leave it at that, and just talk about the changes. To start off, we have Puff, who was given 3 changes. According to the patch notes, back air now has less lag, when landing and while using it in the air. This change is not visible in the data viewer, so I'll take the word of the patch notes and assume it's correct. I suppose it would be easy to check, but I just don't have a copy of the last patch right now, so I can't really do that. But it's not a huge deal either way. Apparently some end lag differences don't show up in the scripts, so that could be the reason. Aside from that, the 2 other changes were 2 less frames of lag on jab, which is nice. The move was already really safe, and now it's even safer, I guess. And down throw was given less base knockback, which makes it a lot better for comboing, I suppose. It still has a lot of lag, so I'm not really sure if this matters that much, but I'm sure it could. Moving on to Dr. Mario, who had a few changes. His neutral air was given a bit more knockback growth. On the late hit, going from 94 to 100. Don't really know what the point here was, but okay. Up air deals a bit more damage, going from 8.7 to 10.2%, but it was compensated with a knockback reduction to make the move not kill much earlier. Down air had 2 frames of startup reduced, making the move a little faster. Side B was giving 2 more active frames, and grounded down B now has armor on frame 2 instead of 5, making it better as a pressure escape option. Once again, a character has allegedly had reduced end lag on a move, this one being Zelda's Jab 1. However, once again, I can't find the data in the data viewer, so I'll just trust the patch notes on this one. Rapid Jab was also given more damage, each hit doing 0.4 now instead of the 0.2. Up smash and down smash were given more knockback growth, making both moves kill a little earlier, though not by too much. And lastly, down air had its hitbox changed to be a little bit bigger, which is nice I suppose. Lucario got a few buffs, but I can't really exactly see what they were going for here. They gave his dash attack a slightly bigger hitbox and more active frames. Good I suppose, but it's not exactly what Lucario is looking for, I think. F-tilt has more knockback, making it kill a little earlier, which no one's gonna complain about, but you know. And down tilt is a bit faster, having less startup. Again, not really what I think Lucario needs to be better, but he'll take what he can get, I suppose. Rosalina had some changes to side B and down smash in regards to how Luma behaves. I don't really know enough about Rosalina to say if this was good for her or not. Like, Luma now follows you in the air when using side B, which I'm sure can be looked at as both good and bad. There were no other changes to her though, so moving on. Okay, here we finally have something to talk about. Mac got buffed this patch, and he actually got some interesting changes. His up tilt was given more hit stun, making it combo into itself better at earlier percentages. And it can seemingly now combo better into Uppy, which will actually serve as a kill confirm. His neutral special was changed in a bunch of ways, like having less end lag, more knockback, and some other changes that I don't really care about. The move is still pretty bad, so moving on. His down angle F smash was given more bonus shield damage, going from the previous 4 to 7, meaning that thing will be very dangerous to shield because of his already high damage. Uppy was given some more knockback growth, going nicely with the new up tilt, and finally his counter is allegedly a bit stronger now. Like earlier, the change does not actually show up in the data. Anyways, I actually really like the up tilt change. It actually gives him some sorely needed options for closing out stocks without committing to big moves, so it's very welcome, I can imagine. Carroll had his up tilt buff to deal a little bit more damage, not too much to say about that. His F smash was increased a bit in size and now lasts a bit longer. Of course they had to go and change his hitboxes right after I made the hitbox video. Well, I guess this is the last time this can happen, so I'll let it slide. Forward air has a little bit less lag for what that is worth, and up throw is a bit stronger now, which is actually pretty nice seeing how that move actually kills. Next up is Isabel, who was given less lag on down tilt. She also got an extra active frame on F smash. Down smash was given a bit more knockback and had its hitbox increased a bit. Lastly, her forward throw was made a bit stronger, which will make it kill a bit earlier, I suppose. Lastly, out of the notable fighter changes, we have Incineroar, who had his down smash made to deal 1% more, with almost no compensation to knockback, meaning it will in fact kill a lot earlier. Up air, on the other hand, also deals more damage, but retains the same kill power. And finally, his Uppy was made a bit stronger, now dealing 2 more damage, with some minor knockback reduction, but it should still kill earlier. The explosion also deals a bit more damage and has compensated knockback. However, that was all the changes in this patch, and, well, probably the last balance patch I will ever be talking about for quite a while, unless they just drop another one because of a bug bug or something. Like I said, I feel the same way about this patch as I did most others. Just a lack of focus or a clear vision for what these changes will actually do for the characters. I don't think anything that was changed here today will make much of an impact on the game, or these characters as a whole. It's just something you look at and go, I guess that's nice, and move on. I do want to at least mention that the video I made way back about the general direction of these patches was pretty on point, as it seems they stuck with this formula all the way to the end here. Here we are at the end of all these patches, and the only character attribute to ever be changed was like 1 or 2 characters' weight like 2 years ago. It's a bit of a shame how they missed out on the potential to spice up the game at all these different points. But to end on a more positive note, I am at least very happy with the balance of Ultimate as a whole. It is by far the most balanced Smash game out there, and it wouldn't be like that without the developers putting a lot of care into making it so. So even if I wish they would have played around a bit more with these patches, I am at least happy with how the game turned out in the end, even if it is truly not that different from how it started out balance-wise. So yeah, I'm going to be missing patches for Ultimate. It's always a fun thing to look forward to, even if they never quite scratched my itch. They were always a fun community thing to look forward to, but I guess the game is pretty much set in stone now, so all we can do is play along. And honestly, I look forward to that a lot. So, one final time, I'll be signing off with my last patch report, and I thank you for watching.